What's up, everybody? It's Erskine the Prophet, back here to do another video for y'all. Today, I'm gonna take it back to the roots of the channel. When I first put the channel together, I wanted it to be based on fitness, wellness, and health. And I kind of gotten away from that lately, mainly because those kind of videos aren't very popular, not on my channel anyway. So I started doing other things, getting more like anime, UFC, philosophy. But today I'm going to take it back to nutrition. And this video is going to be about how to take in your nutrition by food color, eating by color. And the reason I decided to make this video is because I'm somebody who believes in the universe, the sun, the earth, and I believe in nature. And I believe that nature wouldn't have given these different foods, different colors, if it didn't have some meaning. I don't think it's just a coincidence that all of these foods are different colors. So I believe that each color of food gives us some of the nutrients that we need. And that's the whole point of eating food in the first place, to gain nutrients from that food so your body can operate, so your liver, your heart, your brain, your eyes, all of that, all of those different things can function. And that's why we eat, so we can get the nutrition, the nutrients from those foods so that our bodies can function properly. So the way I see it, the more colors you eat, the better your chances of getting the nutrition that you need, as opposed to trying to eat from the various food groups. And I'm not knocking that either, to be honest. I'm just trying to give you a different way to see it, a different perspective, another way to try things. And that's the whole reason I do videos in the first place, is to try to give you a different perspective, a different way to think about things, a different way to look at things. And today, that's what this video is going to be about, different foods we eat by the color. Now, I'm not really going to get into the nutrition of the food, the different colors. I'll let you figure that out for yourself, because different foods within the groups may have different nutrition, and that would just take way too long. So I'm not really going to get into the nutrition. I'm gonna just give you the colors and give you a few examples, of foods in that group. So I guess we can start off with yellow foods. Yellow foods would be like bananas, corn, squash, lemons, pineapples. And I actually have a lemon here, of my yellow food group. And like I said, I'm not really going to get into the different things that the yellow foods can do, but that is the first color, yellow. So I'll just leave, well, y'all can't really see it the way I'm sitting, but I'll leave it here. The next one is going to be red foods. That's going to be like strawberries, tomatoes, watermelon, raspberries, cherries, peppers, stuff like that. So that's your red food group. Now, unfortunately, I normally have tomatoes. I love tomatoes. I eat them all the time, but I just happen not to have any. So the only thing I really can show y'all from the red food group is these dried cherries that I put on my salad. These are, natural, cherries. These aren't candy or anything. And that's the closest thing I have for the red food group, unfortunately. And I'll just sit these here. The next one is going to be brown foods. Foods like nuts, rice, oats, cereal, stuff like that. Those are going to be your brown foods, your grains, and, those type of things. Breads. And I know some people are saying, hey, but rice is white. No, rice is brown. Rice is bleached. And that's why, you can buy it white. Same thing for bread. Same thing for sugar. Those are all bleached white. That's why they appear white, but they're actually brown, actually. And here goes some oats from the brown food group, some sunflower seeds. So this is the brown food group. The next thing, the next food group we have is, of course, probably the most popular one on here, is the green food group. The green food group, kale, spinach, cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I could go on and on. Those are, the different, green vegetables that most of us eat, or we should be eating, And the example I have of My green vegetable is this bag of salad, and as you can see, it is Tangerine Crunch. And man, this is a good salad, I'm telling you. The tangerine vinaigrette in here is off the chain. I love this. This is one of my favorite salads. I actually have a bunch of different salads I have in the fridge. I like eating salad. And as you can see, I buy all kind of toppings for salad. But Savoy cabbage, chopped romaine, shredded broccoli, green onions, celery, parsley, dried cranberries, sliced almonds, and toasted quinoa with tangerine vinaigrette. So yeah, this is a really good salad. And this is my example of green foods. The next one is going to be white foods. And I thought I wrote white food. Okay, yeah, okay. White foods like potatoes, apples, pears, onions, garlic. Those are gonna be your white foods. My example of a white food would be this potato. And even though the skin is brown, the inside is white. So I consider the white food. Same thing with apples, even though they may have different skin colors, I still consider them white foods. An apple is very similar to a potato, to be honest. If a potato is flavored like an apple, you probably couldn't even tell the difference if you couldn't see it. So those are your white foods. Next is going to be orange foods. Oranges, sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkins. Those are going to be examples of your orange foods. The only thing I really had orange at the moment is this organic orange juice. I love it. I'm going to tell you, man, I get this from, where do I get this from? Whole Foods. This organic 365 orange juice is some good stuff. That's my example of orange at the moment. I normally do have sweet potatoes. I love making sweet potato casserole, but I said I was going to hold off until Thanksgiving, until I make some more of that. But I also like pumpkins and oranges, too, and carrots. Normally my salads have carrots in them. The last food group I wanted to get to, I'm going to call black because I just feel like it's most fitting. But the black food group is going to be the meat food group. Now, I realize some of y'all are vegetarians, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not here to knock your hustle. But I'm going to tell you, I myself don't believe in not eating meat. I believe everybody should eat some meat, and I'll explain why. There are certain proteins you can get from meat that you just can't get from plants. And sometimes it's not, and I realize there's a lot of different proteins you can get, via plant, through like greenery, being a vegetarian. But something you have to think about is the quality of the protein. How does your body absorb the protein, and what nutrients is your body going to take from the protein? And that's something to think about when it comes to eating meat versus not eating meat. Now, I'm also going to say we are at the top of the food chain. So I know some people have spiritual reasons for not eating meat, and I'm going to tell you, I can't get on board with that. We are hunters, meaning we have to, that's our role. We are supposed to eat meat because that's our role in the food chain. We're not cows. We're not horses. We're not sheep. That's not the kind of animal we are. We're more in a classification of and I do realize that there are apes that don't eat meat, but the smartest ape is the chimp, and the chimp does eat meat. And that's where we are. We're more along with the chimps, the lions, the tigers. We're hunters. So I really don't buy this stuff of us not eating meat. And, like I said, there's just certain proteins you're going to get from eating meat that you just can't get from the plant kingdom. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's also about how your body absorbs this stuff. And that comes into play for anything, to be honest. Everybody has these different diets, and it's all, a diet may work for you, but may not work for 10 other people. And the reason why our bodies are different, we absorb things differently. And some things we can't even eat. We all don't even eat the same things. So you got to keep that in mind in terms of diet. But in terms of meat, I'm gonna say I really believe you should eat some meat. Everybody should have some meat in their diet in terms of the type of living beings that we are. Now I'm not gonna say to overindulge in meat. I'm not even gonna say you should eat meat every day. But I do believe we function better when we eat meat, to be honest. I haven't seen any vegetarian that's healthier than somebody who eats meat. I've never seen it. You know what I'm saying? Especially in terms of like physicality and, weightlifting, bodybuilding, playing sports, stuff like that. Everybody I know eats meat. So I don't really see how it's healthier to not eat meat. Now, I will say your selection of meat does matter, in terms of fattiness, in terms of leanness, in terms of your body being able to digest it. Because that's another important factor when it comes to eating meat. That, I can see why some vegetarians would, veer away from it in terms of your body being able to digest it. And that's very important. So, something to keep in mind. Now, I do want to break down meat a little bit more in terms of pork. To be honest, I don't know of any nutritional value that pork provides. I can't tell you to eat pork because I just can't think of, anything it really gives you. I'm not against eating pork, to each their own. But in terms of nutrition, the only thing I could see that pork could be possibly valuable for is the amount of sodium in it. Maybe if your diet is lacking sodium, you need extra sodium. And believe it or not, you do need sodium. You do need salt in your diet because you have no way to retain water without the salt. So, that's the only nutritional value I could really see from eating pork. Beef, the one thing about eating beef is that beef is the only source of meat, source of protein that contains a chemical called creatine. You can get creatine from eating beef. So I'm gonna say, if you lift weights, work out, bodybuild, you know what creatine is. If you don't, or even if you play sports, you probably know what creatine is. If you don't, you might not. But creatine helps, in developing muscle. So I'm gonna say, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a weightlifter, and you're trying to, add big muscles, add bulk, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're trying to gain size for sports or whatever, I would say you probably should have beef in your diet. Beef would be a good thing to have in your diet. If that doesn't apply to you, if you don't play sports or lift weights or do things, I probably would limit the amount of beef that you eat. You probably shouldn't eat a whole lot of beef because it's hard for the body to digest beef. And, when you play sports or lift weights, your body's going to be able to digest easier because you're more active as opposed to, not being active. So I'm going to say, like I said, if you have a very active lifestyle, beef is probably a good thing to have in your diet. If you don't, I probably would avoid it. I probably wouldn't eat too much beef. I think chicken is pretty good for you, especially chicken breast. I think chicken breast is a good source of protein. I really don't have any problems with the other parts of the chicken, but I think your best protein comes from the breast. I think fish is an excellent source of protein as well, especially the white fish. I don't really eat the dark fish. I really don't eat salmon, even though salmon is very healthy and provides, a lot of the omega-3s that you need. It's not really for me. I prefer white fish, especially in terms of protein. One other excellent source of protein that I'm going to add with the meats is eggs. Egg whites is a very clean source of protein, very good source of protein. Probably about some of the cleanest protein you can get. A lot of the protein powders are made from egg, to be honest. So, to be honest, the best I ever looked is when I was on a diet of oatmeal, egg whites, and salad. The most ripped I've ever been in my life. But anyway, those are the food groups, my thoughts on meat. I'll just reiterate them for you. Yellow foods like your bananas, corn, squash, lemons, pineapples. Your red foods like strawberries, tomatoes, watermelon, peppers, cherries, raspberries. White foods, apples, potatoes, onions, garlic, pears, stuff like that. Your brown foods, your nuts, your oats, your cereal, your rice, your grains. Green foods, spinach, kale, collard greens, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, salad, cabbage, lettuce, what have you. And they are very healthy forms of lettuce. You know, I don't really get the iceberg. I get the green leaf lettuce. I know romaine lettuce is good for you as well. Your orange foods, your oranges, your sweet potatoes, your carrots, your pumpkins, squash, things like that. And of course, the last category I designated is black, and is your meats, which I highly recommend. As I explained, that I think most people should eat meat. Now, but everybody's body is different. If for whatever reason you can't eat it, that's fine too. There are some pretty decent alternatives if you know how to eat as a vegetarian. But I think that's going to be it. I'm not going to make this a long one tonight. I just wanted to talk to y'all about another way to eat food, another way to look at eating. And this may work better for some of y'all. It may not, but if it helps, awesome. Please, 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 if you watch the video, please like it for me. I need some new subscribers. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll do a video about anything related to fitness, health, supplements, life in general. I can do a video about pretty much anything and do it intelligently. Please comment if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer for you. And other than that, everybody, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong. Peace.